Hey everyone, Varenji and Rhino here. Blizzcon is closing in real fast and everyone's hoping to see a reveal for the new expansion. I mean, we will for sure, but there are specific things that people are hoping to get some information about. I wanted to talk a little bit about that wish list, so to say, but these aren't things that we really don't, we want to see them, but these are things we also need to see, like things that are like we're itching to see. But I'm not talking about new classes or races. While new races would be amazing, we have to be a little bit more practical while still going a little bit off the rails, because after all, it is a Rhino video, and what I do is go off the rails. But I'm going to start from my least want to see to my most need to see. Anyway, let's get this list started. New PvP info. While PvP v3 was better than other versions, this of course excluding PvP balance, a leveling system made a way for more casual fanbase, but honestly that's all they did. They gave us a talent tree for PvP, which still ended up being, there's 3 choices, you're picking this one. Unfortunately, it's not that interesting. So that's something I want to see a little bit more information about, maybe hopefully change up some of the talents in a little more meaningful way. Of course, there was also the complaint that melee is too brutalizing for healers to heal through. This is most present in battlegrounds and not so much arenas. And of course bots have always been an issue, but of course there's always going to be bots. There's always going to be those people that think, hey, it's fun for me not to play the game, and unfortunately that's just the way it is. The biggest census that I've had of talking to people about who plays PvP most is that they feel abandoned. No new battlegrounds, a band-aid on balance, world PvP being broken. Although I do take the side on that world PvP can never be fully balanced, it would be great to see some information on big changes to PvP since it's such a huge part of the game. I personally would like to see the removal of tanks in battlegrounds, but give the tank specs a different set of abilities to use. Instead of prot warriors, you could have gladiator warriors, dire bear form for druids. You could even go crazy and have zealot paladins that use a 2-hander and a shield. That'd be sexy by itself, but you know what? I'm getting it carried away. But again, crazy ideas, just a normal day for me. One thing I would love to see Blizzard stay on top of is the faction balance. It's great to some extent, especially leveling a character on Alliance, so I can't complain with the double honor every second of the day. But of course, I always run into the issue where on my Horde I win almost every battleground, on Alliance I lose probably almost as much as I win. Of course, in Warlords of Draenor it was all Alliance, Legion it's all Horde. So I think that they should make racials a little more interesting. Of course, it's only the min-maxers who pick races based on their racials alone. And of course, this only really affects casual, not high-end arenas. And on North America, it's mostly Horde, but on the European servers, it always sways to Alliance. The new customization. WoW is starting to fall far behind on what other modern games have for customization. The model updates were much needed, but now there's something else that's really needed, and that is more in-depth customization. Scars, broken tusks, new faces, especially beard styles and hairstyles. I'm talking about humans, of course. I want to be more involved with my character. But that's hard to do when you pick through 1 of 5 faces and 1 of 7 hairstyles. It's going to be 13 years this November since World of Warcraft was released, and I think it's time for some new stuff to be added. A bunch of people have been mentioning subclasses, a different variation of customization, so you could pick, for example, Vicryl humans, High Mountain Tauren, Iron Dwarves, Mecha Gnomes, Feral Worgen. Now, these would be amazing, and I 100% support this and want to see this happen. Because then you get new voices, new hairstyles, and it could also open up a whole new level of class race combinations. Humans right now cannot be shaman, but what if you picked a Vicryl human, and you could be? I would love to see that in game, and I hope Blizzard announces something like this. New rewards. Blizzard has to start thinking about new carrots to add to the stick that we chase. Toys, mounts, shirts, tabards, pets. These are the norm these days, but it would be great to see a new system added into the game that we can collect. This is why I wish Blizzard would have done player housing. At least done it right. Just let us buy an island somewhere and customize it the way we want to. I'd buy it a ton of time. Of course, time equals money, which equals more money for them. But unfortunately, at this late in the game, it's just not practical. Fallout 4 did a pretty good system, and I would like to have seen Blizzard adopt something along those lines. But I digress. I would love to see something random that you can collect. Something more than just RNG drops. This is why I would have loved to have seen the trading card game in World of Warcraft instead of Hearthstone. But if Blizzard adds a new type of collection at BlizzCon, there'll be a lot of happy people, including myself. After all, expansion is everything. Storylines completed. Legion has us asking a lot of questions. Aren't we just servants of the old gods since we're following their path? What happens with Papa Greymane and Sylvanas? Are we going to see Anduin kick some ass as a paladin? And where in the hell Haim is Wrathion? We saw from the Chromie scenario that he'll play a part, but what was he doing on Draenor? We can speculate so much of what could or may be or may never be, and we'll never know for sure until they show us. Which of the old gods' whispers are true? Did Jaina go to Kul Tiras to help her people? And one question I've had since Wrath of the Lich King, where is Mal'Ganis? I'm sure hope he becomes an ally eventually, but what is the Lich King's ultimate plan? These unanswered questions are digging right into people's brains, and we need them answered. Last but not least, of course, is the new face of evil. Sargeras and the Legion have always been the main threat of WoW. I'm actually surprised Blizzard's going to keep going after we deal with Sargeras. I thought that would have been left for a World of Warcraft 2. And hey, maybe they'll announce a new engine for WoW. But there's always been a bigger threat looming, and that of course is the Void Lords. Where do they come from? What do they want? The old gods gave the curse of flesh to most of the life on Azeroth, most of the higher life I should say, and they did that so they can free themselves. But why? Why give life? Is life worthless compared to the grand design of the Titans? Or is life the answer to stopping the light? Why would the light want to save life, even though we're the product of an old god? Trolls and elves excluding, of course, although we still don't know the full story behind them. But something isn't adding up. If the light only cares about stopping the void, then they don't care about life, or they don't care about us. If the Void Lords only care about destroying everything, then why build up great empires that have exceeded everything that we've built? Will Ny'alotha give us those answers? These questions should be addressed. The Legion was a present and clear danger, but the old gods and Void Lords are anything but clear. Anyway, what are you hoping to see at this year's BlizzCon? Do you want sub-races? New carrots? Are you curious about the storyline, or are the old gods driving you mad? Please let me know in the comments below, and please click like if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe for more. See ya!